more than 30 years since Voyager passed through this region of space. But the echoes of what Captain Janeway and her crew did linger. We need to reestablish relationships here. I'm assigning you a region of space to patrol. Meet the locals and find out how things stand in the Delta Quadrant today.
It's been 32 years since Voyager finished its journey.
We thought we had left the Delta Quadrant behind us.
We were wrong.
The gateways to the quadrant are open.
The choices we made have long-lasting effects. Now, we will help the friends we left behind.
And fight the rising darkness.
Voyager's first trip through the Delta Quadrant was a solitary one.
We must return to set things right.
This time, we must unite to survive.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. In the last episode, we helped a group of Talaxians, led by Ambassador Neelix, who previously served on the USS Voyager when she was stranded in the Delta Quadrant, to move from their asteroid base to a home planet. In this episode, we're being sent to patrol a region of the Delta Quadrant to check up on the species that Voyager left behind when they escaped the Delta Quadrant. Let's get into it. Flores reports that she's detecting an ongoing firefight. The combatants appear to be a Benthan Protectorate squadron and some Malon vessels. Let's give the Benthans a hand. Right, shields up, red alert, power up main phaser banks, load torpedo bays. Fire. Their starboard shields are down. And they're venting antimatter waste. They're venting antimatter waste and their engines have stalled. A few more torpedoes and they'll be destroyed. 4 torpedoes, fire. Right, there goes one. Let's engage the next one. We're being hailed by the Benthans.
You have entered an area controlled by the Benthan Guard. Our scans indicate your ship is armed and operational, and you have demonstrated your ability to assist in an ongoing operation. You will either join our squadron as a deputized Protectorate officer, or clear the area immediately.
Well, I'd rather not have to clear the area. Deputized?
You are now my deputy.
Ah.
We are here to apprehend a suspect wanted in multiple systems for crimes not limited to theft, coercion, destruction of private property, and murder. When you arrived, we were dealing with one of this criminal's lieutenants. We've tracked the suspect to this system. Your assistance in this matter is required, and appreciated.
Well, I'm glad to be of service.
Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding.
Oh, more Malon. Maintain red alert. The battleship's shields are nearly down and their hull is below 50%. Oh, come on. We've disabled the engines. They are running on thrusters. 4 torpedoes. They've got us in a tracked beam.
Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification party to take the suspect into custody. Thank you for your assistance, and welcome to this sector. We recommend that you get underway and head for secure space. There's been a lot of turbulent activity recently, and multiple reports of danger to travelers.
Anything we should be aware of?
The Kazon have long been one of the more aggressive races in this quadrant. We've been cleaning up several Kazon raiding actions. They've been especially active, taking advantage of the recent chaos. We've also received information from some of our informants about ships that can eliminate Borg vessels easily.
What?
But it is hard to separate rumor and fact. We don't have any first-hand evidence of such attackers, but multiple parties have reported this.
Fascinating. Usually the Kazon don't have the technology necessary to be a real problem. I wonder what's causing them to become more opportunistic all of a sudden. If there's something putting pressure on the other powers in this quadrant, the Kazon might be exploiting that moment of weakness.
We have the suspect in custody now, and we also apprehended a fair number of his associates. This part of space will be safer without their influence. I'm dispatching medics to treat any wounded so they can stand trial, and an engineering team to ensure his ship is stable so we can tow it back to base. Thank you. We have it from here.
Well, now that my duties as a deputy of the Bentham Guard are complete, Helm, take us out of the system.
We've received a distress call from the USS Callisto, which was on a research mission in a little explored area of the Delta Quadrant. We're not sure what happened to the Callisto, but we need someone to check it out. There are a lot of people on the Callisto, good Starfleet officers and researchers. Bring them home.
Understood, Commander. We'll set a course immediately. Flores reports we've arrived at the location of the distress call from the USS Callisto. Apparently we're no longer receiving the distress beacon, but sensors are picking up debris consistent with a Lunar-class Federation starship. That's not a good sign. There may be survivors. Scan the wreckage. Ooh. Oh, so much for saving the good officers aboard the Callisto. Full stop. Tyrell, scan for survivors. Apparently sensors aren't reading any life signs in the wreckage. The Callisto had a crew complement of 350. Unfortunate. Can we identify who attacked her? Tyrell reports we have an incoming message. It's from the outpost. Let's hear what they have to say.
This is 7 of 9, part of a Federation research team assigned to the USS Callisto. My team and I were investigating this outpost when the defense systems activated and destroyed the ship.
7 of 9. This is Captain Blueberry Ninja of the USS Agamemnon. We responded as soon as we could.
I am aware of your service record. Thank you for responding to our request for assistance. I was able to deactivate the outpost's defenses, but the system sent out an automated distress signal upon shutdown. It is logical to assume that someone will be arriving to investigate. Please transport my team and me to your ship. I will be of more assistance to you there.
Understood. We will do so at once. Helm, take us within transporter range of the outpost. Bridge to transporter room. Lock on and energize.
Long-range sensors are picking up inbound energy signatures. Voth ships. They must lay claim to this system.
Oh, wonderful.
Attention trespassing endotherms. You are trespassing in fourth aligned space. Surrender now, and we will allow you to live out the remainder of your lives on a prison world.
Shields up, red alert, all hands to battle stations, load torpedo bays. Let's close with the Voth. Fire! Their starboard shields are down. There goes one ship. 2 to go. We've got them in a tractor beam. They attempted to cloak, but the tractor beam is still locked on. Aft torpedoes. Right. 1 to go. Ah, there they are. Four torpedoes. Fire. We nearly collided with them. But their starboard and aft shields are nearly down. Tractor beam. Right. Oh, wait. There's a Voth cruiser and another frigate. Let's engage the frigate, then we can focus on the cruiser. Fire. Aft torpedoes. Right, now for the cruiser. This might be somewhat more of a challenge. Auxiliary powder shields. Let's get them in a tractor beam. The hull integrity is down to 50%. Ours is down to 70%. They've disabled our shields. Auxiliary powder weapons. Let's finish this before they can destroy us. They're nearly destroyed.
Alien vessel, you have violated the Voth facility and will be...
Where are they going? It's not like the Voth to leave a battle they would have clearly won.
That's odd. Tavral reports we're receiving a distress call from the Teray homeworld. On screen.
This is a general distress signal for any ships in range. This is the Teray homeworld. We are under attack by an unknown force of immense power. We require immediate assistance.
Who exactly are the Teray?
The Teray are a spacefaring culture that Voyager encountered in 2376. They claim ownership over the underspace, which are corridors through subspace that significantly shorten travel times here in the Delta Quadrant. Command has been attempting to contact them, without success. Access to the underspace would be a distinct advantage for our fleets.
Do you think the Voth are the ones who attacked the Teray? They left quite quickly.
That is one possibility. To my knowledge, the Voth and Teray are not enemies. However, there is still much we do not know about the Delta Quadrant.
Perhaps a show of good faith would be in order. Helm, set a course for the Teray homeworld. Maximum warp.
We have arrived in the Teray system. The Voth ships are in combat, but they are not engaging Teray vessels. Their opposition does not conform to any known ship in the database.
Whoever they are, they're packing quite a punch. Good God, they destroyed a Voth dreadnought. Whoever these assailants are, their technology is exceptional. Even the Borg do not have ships such as these. Flores reports one of the ships has broken off and is moving in our direction. All hands to battle stations. Power up weapons. Fire. Looks like a frigate-class vessel. They've deployed mines. Our starboard shields are nearly down. And now our aft shields are nearly down. Those mines have been destroyed. Flores reports the debris from the Voth ships is falling into the planet's gravity well. If it enters the atmosphere, that could be a problem. Jesus Christ. They've got some serious weapons. Auxiliary power to shields. Right, their hull integrity is down. 4 torpedoes, fire. A few more shots and this should be done. They've targeted some weapon in our direction. Evasive maneuvers. Our shields took a beating. Their hull integrity is down to 25%. Let's finish this. Auxiliary power to weapons. Four torpedoes. Fire. They've deployed mines, but they've been destroyed. Let's deal with the mines. Bloody hell. Good God. The explosion of their ship on top of the mines did some serious damage to the hull. We'll need to go in for repairs.
The Voth and whomever they are fighting are speaking on an open channel. We can listen to their communications.
On screen.
Your defense of the Teray thieves will be your undoing.
The Teray and Voth have a long-standing allegiance. The Teray's exothermic nature makes them superior to the other feeble races of the quadrant.
Then you will be loyal to the death.
They aren't even attempting to negotiate. Good heavens. Right, the debris from those Voth ships is entering the atmosphere. If it does, then that could be catastrophic. Let's beam down, see if we can help.
The surface of the Teray homeworld is being devastated by the debris from the Voth vessels. The Teray do have a defense network of satellites and shields that is capable of protecting them, but the control network is offline. This was intentional. Their attackers deliberately targeted the area during the initial assault. There is a secondary command center on the outskirts of one of their major settlements. If we transport directly there, we will be able to restore the control network.
Understood. Flores, you have the bridge. Tavral, Coles, Nessies, and Zarfa, you're with me. Transporter room 1, let's beam down.
The invaders attacked this facility, but they did not do significant structural damage. They were, however, able to take down the control network controlling the orbital defense grid. That defense grid is the only thing capable of stopping all of the debris from the battle in orbit from raining down on the planet. Small pieces will burn up in the atmosphere, and your ship's weapons can deal with some others, but a significant percentage will get through. Until that grid is operational, there will be widespread devastation.
Understood. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Looks like there's some wounded soldiers over there. Let's see if we can tend to any of them.
There was a firefight here. One of the Teray is injured, but his condition is stable. He may be able to give us more information about the invaders.
Good. Maybe he can answer some questions. Right.
Thank you. My name is Bellis. You're from Starfleet, right?
That is correct. We'd like to know what happened here.
The ships emerged from the underspace, and they were too close for our defense grid to stop the launch of drop pods. In minutes, they had knocked out the grid controls, and we were defenseless. We barely had time to transmit a distress signal.
Who are the attackers? We couldn't identify the ships.
The attackers were Vadwar.
Vadwar?
Voyager did indeed interact with one of our corridors, but instead of deleting the info as we requested and going on their way, they revived our greatest enemy. All of this destruction, every death, it's all Voyager's fault.
I recall reading something like that in Voyager's logs.
Impossible. It cannot be the Vadwar. I would know.
Have you confronted the Vadwar previously?
This is all my fault. When we first encountered the Vadwar, they were in cryostasis. I foolishly awoke their leader in a moment of curiosity. I didn't know their history. They were conquerors, despots. The Vadwar used underspace to rule the Delta Quadrant for decades. It was only when the other races banded together that they were defeated.
Indeed.
At the time we encountered them, when I awakened them, Captain Janeway said she probably would have done the same thing. But it wasn't her choice, it was mine. I am responsible. However, the Vadwar we encountered did not have a level of technology like what we face here. This is far beyond anything the Vadwar are capable of developing in such a short amount of time.
Well, that's a question that can be answered another time. What's the plan?
My analysis remains unchanged. We need to restore functionality to the defense grid. There are 4 nodes located on the edge of this complex. We must restart these nodes and realign them to the central tower to re-establish the grid.
Sounds good. Keep an eye out for any Vadwar. I doubt they'd like what we're trying to do.
I'll go to the central tower and start the initialization sequence.
Right. Let's move in. God, it's a big door. Oh, it looks like Teray and
I blame
Vadwar.
myself for the Vadwar's return. It was a door best left unopened.
That may be so, but it hardly helps now. Excellent.
We had to ally ourselves with the Teray to escape the Vadwar.
Indeed. Right. Let's take control of that tower. Fire! This one's got one hell of a tactical shield. Photon grenade. Ah, its shield's down. Right, let's take control of the tower.
No further hostile beams detected. My analysis of this node is complete. Execute the following steps in the correct order.
Understood.
First, you must reboot the core matrix.
Reboot core matrix.
Next, you must update the defense protocols.
Update defense protocols.
Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Establish satellite uplink. Right. Rebooting core matrix. Updating defensive protocols. Establishing satellite uplink.
Connection reestablished.
Right. 1 down, 3 to go. Let's move on. Oh, there's more Vadwar over there. Hopefully the Teray know not to shoot us. Photon grenade. Right. Next uplink. Looks like there's one over there. Let's move in.
When Admiral Tuvok asked me to leave my post at the Daystrom Institute to assist the Callisto, I thought the probability of seeing Vadwar was statistically insignificant.
I don't blame you. Right. Carry on.
No further hostile beams detected.
Well, I'm detecting some. Open fire. Right, one last one. Right, he's down.
No further hostile
Whatever
beings
happens
detected.
here, we must inform our superiors about the Vadwar threat.
Agreed. Right, let's see what's wrong with this one.
I have completed my analysis. Complete the following steps in the correct order.
Right.
First, you must access the AI subroutines.
Access AI subroutines.
Next, you must charge the capacitive relays.
Charge capacitive relays.
Finally, you must align the main relay.
Align main relay. Understood. Accessing AI subroutines. Charge capacitive relays. And last but not least, align main relay.
Uplink reinitialized.
Right, 2 out of 4. Let's get to the next one. I think I see our next engagement. Fire. Right. Looking for the next uplink. There it is, okay. There's more Vadwar.
No further hostile beings detected.
Once again, I'm detecting some. Open fire. Photon grenade. Oh, that one's been vaporized. Up, there's more around the corner. My personal shield's down, but so is the enemy. Right, let's repair this node. Rebooting core matrix. Reinitializing kinetic dampener. And aligning main relay.
Defense node online.
Right, there's just one left. Let's get to it.
When we first rescued the Vadwar, we thought we could be allies.
Right, I can't see the relay, but I assume it's in that corner. Fire. Photon grenade. Right, all the Vadwar down. Ah, just as I predicted.
No further hostile beings detected.
Well, I see some over there. Right. Photon grenade. Right. Let's fix the last node, and God help us if I get something wrong. Launching startup sequence. Updating defense protocol. Aligning main relay.
Uplink established.
Right. Activating defense grid. Well, isn't that a sight for sore eyes?
Starfleet, I need assistance at the central tower.
Understood, we're on our way. Right, weapons ready, let's get to the central tower. I think I see where we're needed. That is Vadwar. Open fire. Photon grenade. Right. Bellas.
Your team did an excellent job getting the defense nodes back online and realigned to the central hub here. The restart process will take some time, but the defense grid will be active in about 2 minutes. We'd be in good shape if the Vardwar hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume they're coming to stop us from restoring the defense grid.
What an ingenious device. We need to hold them off until the defense grid has completed the restart sequence. Oh, I think I hear some.
The Teray took control of underspace after the Vadwar
bloody
were
hell.
defeated. Clearly, the Vadwar object.
Photon grenade.
No further hostile beams detected.
My shield's down. There's a Vardwar in here. Get out of here.
Vadwar
Zarva's down.
reinforcements approaching.
Right, let's heal some of the wounded.
The Vadwar are relentless.
Where the hell is
Probability of our
Zarva?
survival is slim.
Ah, found her. Right, let's get her back on her feet. Colas is nearly down.
The Vadwar are tenacious fighters. We must be more so.
Right. Oh, bloody hell. Ah, bloody hell. God, they're very aggressive.
We can't keep this up forever!
What is that?
What on earth? Those are Voth suits. Oh, please tell me they're on our side. It appears they are. Right, that's a change. Zarva's down again. Or... Right. Let's deal with these Vadwar. Right, with the Voth's help, that went quite quickly.
No further hostile beams detected.
Oh, that's a Voth strike commander. Oof. Well, I'm detecting some. Photon grenade. Right. Somehow I doubt that's the last of them. I'm not entirely sure what we're waiting for. Ah, that. Right, let's defeat the last group. Photon grenade. Right, that one's been vaporized. And that one's making an aggressive push. It's just the officer left. Right. Now that that's dealt with, let's regroup.
No further hostile beams detected.
Terrell reports she's receiving a message from the Agamemnon. Apparently the Vardwar are retreating to underspace. Even with the defense grid online, the Teray could not have defeated them alone. Why leave before they finish the fight? Odd.
It is not odd. Voth reinforcements have entered orbit. These Vaadwaur do not want to do battle with an obviously superior force.
Really? I seem to remember the Vaadwaur tearing your ships apart, Commander.
While we did sustain great losses, we have made good on our agreement with the Teray. Bellas, we have restored your defense grid.
Really? Because I seem to remember myself and my officers restoring the defense grid.
I'm not interested in petty squabbling about who did what. The grid is restored and we are safe. That's all that matters.
Indeed. Tavar reports the USS Voyager has entered orbit. Admiral Tuvok is requesting to beam down to our position. Well, it seems to be secure and the Vaadwaur retreating, so permission granted.
Seven of 9.
Admiral?
We detected the destruction of the Callisto. What?
It was your fault! Your ship invaded the Voth outpost! You woke the Vaadwaur!
Vaadwaur. Interesting. Starfleet intelligence did not consider them a threat. We believed their numbers were few and their technology outdated.
Then you were wrong! The Vaadwaur have returned, and no one is safe.
I see. 7. Voyager could use your expertise again. Will you return to the ship?
That would be acceptable.
Very well. We will take the other survivors from the Callisto as well. Thank you.
It was an honor, Admiral.
Voyager, 2 to beam up.
Colors report 7 of 9 has safely arrived on Voyager, and the Vaadwaur threat on the ground here is over. The Voth commander has indicated his forces will deal with any remaining hostiles. Apparently, we're clear to return to the Agamemnon on my command. Well, by all means, beam the away team up.
Thank you for assisting 7 and lending aid to the Teray. However, the discovery that our old foes, the Vaadwaur, have made such a leap in technology and are now threatening the entire quadrant is troubling.
Agreed.
Thank you. Without your help, my team and I may have been killed by the Voth. Now, however, I must turn my attention to the Vaadwaur. I am responsible for their return. I must assist in their defeat.
Good luck, 7 of 9. Right, Helm, take us out of the system and hail Delta Command.
I've read Admiral Janeway's mission logs from Voyager. It would be troublesome enough to have the Vaadwaur return in force. They're an aggressive and difficult species. But if they have technology and forces that can defeat the Voth, this does not bode well.
Agreed. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content and you'd like to see more, please feel free to like and subscribe. And, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!